you have to become a little less reality focused. You have to become a little less willing to speak it exactly like it is, because if you speak it exactly like it is, what is cannot change, because you get what you think about whether you want it or not. So we want to help you be more aware of whether you're speaking and feeling about the presence of what you want or about the absence of what you want. Because in your mind, since it feels like one subject, you may think that every time you ask for money, that money ought to be coming to you. But if you're asking for money while you're feeling deprivation, if you're asking for money while you're feeling in debt, if you're asking for money while you feel overwhelmed, then you're broadcasting something opposite of what you're asking for, and what you're asking for simply cannot come to you. You are more than these physical bodies that you see and know as you. And you are magnificent in your physicalness, but there is a larger part of you who is present with you all the time. Sometimes you refer to that part of you as your soul. We like to call it your source or your inner being. It's the part of you that existed before you came into this physical body, who exists now, non-physically focused, and who is aware of everything that you are about all day, every day. When you are having a conversation with someone, your inner being is there with you. And you can tell by the way you feel if your inner being's opinion about what's going on right now matches your own. In other words, your inner being is present with you, knows the whole of you, and most important of all for this discussion of deliberate creation, knows who you are and all that you have already become vibrationally. And what we mean by that is, every time you've been sifting through a situation in life, and from the situation you've come to a conclusion about what would be better. Someone's rude, you want a nicer world. You're rude, you want a nicer world. You don't have enough money, you would like more money. Anytime you are having a situation where you are focused, you are, at all levels of your being, coming to personal conclusions about what you would prefer. And these preferences are radiating from you. This is the most important thing that we want you to hear. You are broadcasting a signal that the universe is responding to. So life is causing you to broadcast these signals of desire. And we've been calling them rockets of desire because they radiate from you and they have attraction power. It's the vibrational essence of what you want. It actually creates a vibrational reality. And the reason that we call it a vibrational reality is because it is a reality. Just because you can't yet translate it through your physical senses does not mean that it does not exist. And if we can help you to be aware of this vibrational reality, of the expansion that you have already taken vibrationally, you might not yet have let yourself catch up with it physically, but you have evolved and expanded and you have created a vibrational reality. We want so much for you to understand the realness, the existence of this vibrational reality, that we began calling it a vibrational reality. Then we began calling it a vortex. It's this real vibrational spaceless. Esther draws circles on the floor with it so that you can get a sense of it. We wrote a whole book about it, Getting into the Vortex. We want you to understand that this vibrational reality is real and it precedes everything that manifests into your experience. So once you have created this vibrational reality, when you practice the vibration of what's there, you're in a sort of receptive mode that then helps you to translate the vibration into things. That's just how it all works. There is nothing that ever comes to you that doesn't come by and only by your vibrational invitation. There is no assertion in this law-based, attraction-based universe. So, if you are willing to accept that you are the creator of your own reality, and that you do it by the thoughts that you think and the words that you speak, by your broadcasting, that what you are broadcasting causes you to create a signal that has momentum, and eventually that momentum is strong enough that it begins to translate into ideas, into visualizations, into words, into thoughts, into rendezvous, into experiences that result in the real life experience. You want to call that the real life manifested experience. You mostly, and it's all right, don't want to call it a real life experience until it's out there vivid enough that others can see it too. We would like you to begin to accept the realness of the vibrational reality that is in the process of becoming. The other day we were visiting with a woman, and she was talking about how she would very much like to have $100,000 because she wants to travel. And the way she was explaining it, it was obvious that she thought that the $100,000 should come and then her travel could begin. And we understand how that would look, because it seems often to you that you need the means in order to accomplish the result that you are looking for. But we explained to this woman, and we want you to hear it too, that her traveling began long before the $100,000 would come. In other words, she's traveling through life, and through life she's identifying what she prefers. That's part of the journey. And through life she's sent many rockets of desire into her vortex. And her vortex has been gathering momentum because law of attraction has been bringing things that she has been asking for, and things like those things and like those things, to her vibrational reality. And so this gestation of her desire is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's part of the journey too. And if she were to focus on the idea of traveling, now she's experiencing the thrill of the journey even before the money has come. In fact, the ideas will begin to occur to her, and the money will be a part of that. But there is so much that is part of the journey before the things that you think you need to begin your journey. Are you following us just a little bit? We want you to realize that this is a vibrational journey that you are upon, which translates into something really simple. Everything that you want, whether it is a material object or a relationship or a condition or circumstance or a pile of money, everything that you want is because you believe that in the having of it that you will feel better. We want you to understand that if you can find a way of feeling better even before the condition has changed, if you can unconditionally feel good, if you can unconditionally be happy, if you can be happy because you know about the laws, if you can be happy because you realize you're a vibrational being, if you can be happy because that's your natural state of being, if you can be happy because you're not doing that thing that you do that makes you unhappy, if you can be happy because you've meditated and you've released thought and your vibration is raised and you're in sync with source energy, if you can be happy anyway, unconditionally happy, what happens is that happiness turns to the things that you want. But most humans have it backwards. They want the thing so that they can be happy. We want you to be happy, not so that you can have the thing, but then it's inevitable. We want you to be happy because happiness is the goal anyway. And if you can get your thoughts around that just a little bit, if you can realize that you would be happy, you would be happy. You would be happy if you were not doing that thing that makes you not happy. Happiness is the state that is natural to you. It's like a cork floating on the surface of the water. Let's call it happy for sake of this analogy. Now you can hold it under the water. You can unnaturally hold it in an unhappy place. But when you let go of whatever issue it is that's bothering you, that cork will bob back up, and you will too. And you did when you were younger every single time. You may have forgotten it because you've become more tenacious at holding sometimes to thoughts that hold you under the water. You are very activated in the details of the life that surrounds you often. And in your action orientation, in your believing that you must control circumstances, often you hold yourself in this place where you're not light, you're not easy, the energy isn't flowing, you're not allowing, and so you're not intuitive, and so you don't have good timing, and so you're not in the right place at the right time. But you could be, if you could just be a little happier for no good reason other than that that's your natural state of being, you see. So we want you to understand this concept that you came from source energy, and the larger part of you still is source energy. And here you are in this physical body, sifting and sorting through life because you meant to, because it matters that you do, because you are a creator, and you want to be on the leading edge of all of this. So you sift and sort, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, and you radiate these impressions, these desires, these preferences, and they are taken seriously by the source within you. Your inner being stands there with the culmination of all that you have become and holds steady the vibration of your expansion. Hold steady of it, knowing that when you're not doing that thing you do that is holding you apart from it, that you will be in the receptive mode and you will receive an idea. And you know what we're talking about. You know those ideas that come to you that sound and feel so good when you first think of them before you kill them with your logic. You know what it feels like when that idea occurs to you, and you can feel the empowerment of your being. You can feel the power of the energy that creates worlds flowing through you just for a little bit. You know that feeling. So that's what we want to talk about. We've been calling this seminar different things over the years. At first we called it the science of deliberate creation, because we wanted you to know that you could deliberately create your own reality. But you got so serious about that. You say cancel, cancel, cancel. Try to suck your thoughts back, your words back, before the law of attraction could get hold of them. So then we began calling this the art of allowing. And that really speaks to what your conscious role must be. The art of allowing yourself to be a vibrational match to the things that your life has caused you to expand to. We want you to feel your reason for being here is for this joyous expansion. Expansion is inevitable, but we want you to feel the joy of that expansion. We want you to understand what the art of allowing is. The art of being in the receiving mode of what you have put into your vortex even before you came into this physical body, and what you've added to it while you've been here in this physical body. Because since we all are an eternal being, you're not ever going to get it done. And you can never get it wrong because it's never done. You get to continue to decide personally what you prefer. But then you got to find a way, somehow, some way, to line up with what you desire, rather than stand in opposition of it just because what you desire you can't yet see. We want you to begin to realize that you can feel it even though you cannot see it. In religious terms, that's what you've always called faith. Faith in the unseen. Belief in something that you cannot yet see, because you can feel it. You can feel the resonance of the source within you seeing it too. You can feel the resonance of the source within you knowing what you want, and knowing it so clearly, never taking attention from what you have expanded to be. And that brings us to the most important thing that you will ever hear from us or anyone. The existence of any negative emotion within you, whether you call it anger or fear or hate or disappointment or depression or revenge or overwhelmment, doesn't matter how strong or light it is, that negative emotion always means one thing. You are in vibrational discord with how the source within you is looking at whatever it is you're looking at when you are feeling the negative emotion that you are feeling. In other words, your emotions let you know. Your emotions are your indicator of the vibrational frequencies between this larger part of you who knows who you are, who is liquid love, who knows your value and your worthiness, and whatever you may be doing as you are focused upon yourself or others at the same time. So, we are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. We want you to know that nothing is off limits, and that the conversation will unfold in the way that is conducive to you really getting what you've come to get. You gathered vibrationally, vortexually, before you dragged your physical bodies here. And so there is already a momentum about what's going on here. And so a stream of really good conversations is about to unfold, which will help you to understand everything that you are wanting and ready to understand right now. So be in a relaxed state if you can. Try to anticipate wonderful breakthroughs for yourself. It is certain that that will happen.